Okay, first of all, let me say hello to newcomers. I'm gonna introduce myself. This is Mina, talking from Iran, an English teacher. According to Langman Dictionary, empathy means the ability to understand other people's feelings and problems. And the definition of sympathy is the feeling of being sorry for someone who is in a bad situation. To me, then sympathy, and we should try to understand others' feelings and problems, and try to help them to solve it. Not just say, I am in this situation like you. I can suppose that I am in your place. Something like this. That's it. Okay, Afroja or others, you can continue. You can share your ideas about this topic.
Okay, Mina, it got really clear after you spoke the definition of both. So it was amazing. Uh, we got to know the difference also, and of course, it's useful to have empathy. But yeah, let's listen from others first. First of all, let me welcome Ashwini sir. We are discussing on topic of difference between sympathy and empathy, and which is better to have. So you will get a chance to speak, sir. And now let's listen from Rehman. Rehman, are you ready to speak? Ashwini, sir, you can tell us the difference. It's your turn to speak about.
First of all, am I audible to you?
Yes, it is clear.
Okay, thank you very much. So, actually, they both are very important words in English. If we say, and it indicates uh, two conditions where in sympathy we are feeling pity for another, like if someone has met an accident. So we feel sympathy for him that, oh man, like how could it be done with such a nice human being, such a decent human being? God is really brutal for him. And empathy is the thing which is the ability to understand how someone feels with, while sympathy on relieving not having the same problem. So empathy is more practical to understand the feeling and the pain and the tragedy that happened with someone as compared to sympathy. If you are empathizing with someone, you are taking it more actively. You are understanding someone's feeling if, like, they were you only, or the other one is in your shoe now. So you understand the feeling like you have gone through the same agony, the same pain. What someone is being projected because of different reason of the pain or agony, or even I should say, what do we call it, and even accident. We in empathy we go and we root of the problem, and then we offer the comfort to the people. Because like suppose if someone is having headache, you need think pity for another, but you try to find out the solution that okay, if you have if you want, I can, like, give you a massage. If you want, I can give you paracetamol. If you want, I can take a joke so that your pain be shared in number of ways. And if we talk about the another thing, which is a kind of a word only, which is sympathy, it's more passive way of feeling someone or convincing someone. So you only feel sorry for someone from your own point of view. You don't offer any kind of help. You don't feel it in the depth what empathy has in its own account. So that is a huge difference in sympathy and empathy. I prefer to be empathize with the people more because that is the best way to give a remedy for whatever problem someone is having, whether it can be an emotional condition, whether it's depression. Nowadays, worldwide depression is, I think, affecting every country, irrespective it is developing country, developed country. So, and the cases are increasing every day because of the social media, because of the lack of mutual understanding, the lack of mutual respect for each other. So it is considered that more than 59% chances are there people who are working in offices. So they have reported the depression in such a way. Even you will be shocked to hear that specifically, as per the report given by World Health Organization (WHO), in India itself in 2012, there were many people who committed suicide because of the depression. So this is the condition. So if someone is there, we should be empathizing more. We should convince them. We should support them. We should mentally, emotionally support someone. Because we all are human beings, and if you are doing something for someone, definitely it will reciprocate. So when you are doing something for someone, for the person. But if you are going to be empathize with the person, you take that thing very seriously. Like it is done with you. So you take that thing and you practically give him the approach to sort out the problem what someone has been facing or is being faced during that duration in life. So I personally believe that being you know empathize with the condition of the person is always important rather than to sympathize with someone, because sympathy is the thing which anyone can show for whatever is being happening. Empathy is the thing which can only be shown by someone who has been into the condition already, or who has faced the thing, or who is actually have pain whatever wrong happened with you. So I personally believe that whatever condition is there, being a human being, we should always empathize with the people so that we can provide them better solution for their problem. We can convince them for whatever problem they are having. We can even find out the root cause why someone is being suffering because of anything. It can be emotional turbulence, it can be any accident, it can be depression, it can be loss of love and dear one in the family. So empathy is more active. So in comparison, if I say in three lines, then empathy is always active, but sympathy is a passive, where we only observe the thing, we don't show our expression too much. On the other hand, empathy is definitely understanding someone's feeling. If they were you, like you have been to their shoes. On the other hand, sympathy is feeling for sorry for someone, for your own point of view. So you don't feel that you were in the same condition earlier. So you don't provide them these kind of solution. The third thing is empathy is if you empathize with someone, you go to root cause of the problem. You offer them comfort, you offer them solution, you offer them remedy, what is needed at that point of time when someone is really suffering in their life. But on the other hand, in sympathy, your offering is unsolicited advice, and and it's passing like a judgment. Oh man, since you were driving very rashly, that's why you met an accident. Oh man, you are watching lots of public websites and social websites, that's why you're always in depression. Or oh man, since you didn't care for your father, that's why he died. So you become more judgmental when you become sympathized with others. But when you empathize, you find out the root problem, you give them the proper solution, whatever is there. even like for an instance, if you don't have solution, you at least give your personal touch by holding hands of that person. You try to make him calm. You try to make him understandable for whatever happened with him in his life. So that is the difference between empathy and sympathy. And my view is always to empathize with the people, because that is the best thing you can do being a human being. Because we are here to help each other. We are here to do good deeds, so that on the day of judgment we can be judged, because what bad deeds we do rather than what good deeds we do in our life. So, in a nutshell, this is all like what I have understanding about this topic. So, thank you, Froza, for giving this opportunity. I'm really sorry that the last time when I spoke about it, it was not audible for you people. And it is always being, a pleasure to join your conference, Afroza, because you always come with nice topics, and they are really empirical with human life. So thanks again for giving this opportunity. Have a nice day.
Yeah, and we also like to listen from you every time because you always explain with a practical approach and with very good explanation, I would say. Yeah, and I want to give this credit of question to Meena because the question was raised by her. Yeah, thank you so much, Meena, for that.
You're welcome,
Yeah.
my dear friends. Okay. And Ashwani and Afroja, I have a question for you about the topic.
Yes.
Do you think that people are born with empathy, or is it taught?
Can you repeat that?
Do you think, do you think that people are born with empathy, or is it thought or taught? I don't know. Let me write the question.
Okay.
I'm going to write the question in the chat box. Okay, dear Afroja, would you please read it? Read the question, please, Afroja.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
question is, do you think that people are born with empathy or is it just a thought? Or, I mean, I'm not clear about the last word.
Is it taught? For example, you trained, you have been trained,
Yeah, yeah,
or
okay,
is
okay.
it
Yes.
taught?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I get it. Okay, well, let's listen from Ashwini sir. What is his point of view?
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, you are.
Okay. Well, like the question is, I should say, a genius question. But I think if we consider the dimensional view of empathy, rather than taking this word as as a intangible form of human expression of exhibiting, some kind of emotion, some kind of even love, or probably some kind of hatred, or even some kind of support. then empathy is a huge word. Okay, and and the thing is, like, whenever you are taught with something, there are someone who actually work as a guide or as a teacher, or probably maybe a member of your family can taught you something. It totally depends that if the teacher is well qualified, you can definitely learn so many good things from your teacher in the right way, in the right quantity, in the right direction, in the right view, and in the right execution. When we say, like the topic it talks about regarding, do you think that people are born with empathy or it's taught? If it is taught, how the people, you know, they took birth and they grow, how they do, increase in terms of their population, then I think this could be a sense of adulteration where there are a number of people who can teach you different ways of getting your office springs, but when it is empathy, then it is more pure, it's more pious, it's more real, and it's more empirical, because whenever you empathize with something, you really get the 100% out of it, because you are the one who is connected with someone, not at physical sense, but you are connected with someone with emotional sense, with a sense of soul, with the sense of, I should say, with a sense of love. So teaching can be done in many mode. Like someone can even teach you by scolding you, by beating you, by even torturing you, by screaming you. But if it is empathize, and if we consider that people are born with empathy, then it is definitely something which is more natural. Like you might have heard about the theory. It is a theory of I should say natural selection. So what happened? Like nature, like given by Charles Darwin. So nature, if nature is selecting some species to survive on Earth, it means the species are having caliber, capability, resistance, and even a tendency to grow with odd and evens of life. And that's how they become truly empathize with whatever nature has to offer to them. But if they are taught to do this thing, then the natural tendency to grow the skills will definitely be hindered, because teaching can be done in a specific framework, but natural acceptance, natural empathy can only come when you grow, you experience in your life, and it is more holistic in term of view as compared to other. So I think this is my particular solution for the question you have raised. Thank you very much. And this is my understanding, and I am very much sure that we born with the empathy, not with the way it taught, because empathy is far, far more potential, vital, and having multi-dimensional application as compared to a small word teaching or taught. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. It was nice answer. Thank you so much. Okay. What about you, Afroja? Do you have any comment or idea on this question?
Yes. So I believe, first of all, I believe that being empathetic for somebody is not an easy task, or it's not common for everyone. I mean, for every people. I don't think so personally. And yeah, And one more question is coming into my mind, and that is if empathy is something that people were born with. So everyone would definitely have this, but I don't think it is common in everyone, right? So what I'm thinking about this quality is that the people who are or who have been in the particular situation, I mean, the people who have faced more problems and more situations in their life are the best qualified for for this word called being empathetic for everyone or for most of the people, we can say. So it is the situation, because situation is the best or we can say the better teacher that teaches us to be empathetic, to be understandable for others. So I think your situation and your more exposure, what I think it is a correct word, yeah, your exposure towards the world is something that makes you empathetic by natural. It is not something that somebody can teach you to be, but yeah, your own situation, I think so.
And you mean that the environmental cannot, sorry, the environmental doesn't have any impact on you, and it is completely natural thing? You mean that it is genetic?
No, no, I don't think it is
It is a
genetic.
genetic. It is,
No.
okay, it is not genetic, and it is not environmental component
Hmm.
to you. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What? How it is possible? You mean that it is not genetic and it is not environmental component? It should be at least one of them.
uh if you think like, you can explain your point of view, why do you think so?
Um, as you see, um, I shared a text in the chat box. I'm gonna read it. I believe in it. Okay, it's a bit of
Okay.
both. Actually, empathy has both genetic and environmental components. Some studies have shown that there is a genetic component to empathy, meaning that some people may be more predisposed to feeling empathy than others. However, empathy is also influenced by a person's environment and experiences. For example, children who are raised in nurturing and empathetic empathetic environments are more likely to develop strong empathy skills. On the other hand, individuals who experience trauma, yeah, and sorry, a few seconds, I lost the text.
Well, no problem, but it got really clear, because
Uh-huh.
actually from your text I have read also and I've listened to you also, that I get to know that it is something that we call environmental effect, and that is something I was mean for the situation that creates you. So we can say the situation and environment, I think it's, yeah, so it could be environmental, yeah. But you, if you want to add points, you can.
Uh-huh. Let me. I've copied it and I'm gonna paste it here. You know, just a few seconds. while I'm trying to paste the complete text, you can talk, you can say something. Okay. Right now I could upload the rest of the text.
Yeah. So
On the other hand, yes, I'm going to continue. On the other hand, individuals who experience trauma or neglect may have a harder time developing empathy. So, while some people may have a natural tendency towards empathy, it is also a skill that can be learned and developed over time through experience, observation, and practice. What do you think, Afruja, or my dear friend Ashwani? Dear Ashwani, would you please read the text that I've written in the chat box? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm trying
Afruja,
to.
am I? Would you please read it?
Okay.
Your
On the other
pronunciation
hand,
is better than me.
individual who experience trauma or neglect may have a harder time developing empathy. So, while some people may have a natural tendency toward empathy, it is also a skill that can be learned and developed over time through experience, observation, and practice. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is nothing which is questionable in this case because, actually, being a human being, we should also understand one thing that we are not born with skills. Whatever experiences we are having in our life, we modify ourselves with that. We develop some kind of, I should say, you know, framework all around us as we are facing different people around us, and then we execute. You might have observed that people who are always, in surrounding with their enemy, they become, so impatient, they become so aggressive, they become so violent, and that has become their personality trait. But people who are into the company of their friends, the loved ones, family, they are more polite. They are more, susceptible for anything. They are more emotional. They take the thing in a very amicable way, and they do behave amicably. So these are it has become their personality trait at that point of time. So I personally believe is that it is really difficult to be empathized in every condition. But if you try to develop this mode of dealing with the people, you will definitely be in the condition after practicing it for some time that you will always look at the things in more empathized way rather than to be sympathized with everything, because we are not animals. We have got neurons which actually have memory cells, and once you have taken it into your memory that if these kind of the condition come, we have to react in this way, like if someone died in someone's family, and when we go to give our condolence, then we don't laugh there, we don't crack jokes there, we don't make fun of it, because that's how we train since the time we took birth on this land. So human can be trained very nicely. Human can be, human can develop the skill. We can upgrade ourselves anytime. It is not like if someone is 30 or 35, 40, 60, they cannot change themselves. The thing is how much you are able to get it in the right way, how much fire you have to change yourself and become a good human being. It is more important. So I think your point is absolutely right, Meena. And this skill can be learned. It can be adopted. And once you are, I should say, honored by having these kind of approach in your life, you will slowly, steadily start observing the change around yourself. You will start observing the change in your behavior, the change in your, social, I should say, the messages you give on social platform. And even you will feel the change in your relationship with your near and dear one. So it is always important to get this skill and then start living a great life rather than a general life. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ashwani. So, you mean that even if we were born with empathy, okay, and even if it is potentially a stuff, okay, in our heart, or maybe it is an inner thing with us exactly at the moment of we were born. We had it with ourselves, okay? But if we grew up or we raised in a cruel family, even if we raise in a violence environmental, it will be learned vice versa. Yes, we will lose it. We will lose this potential empathy. Yes or no? Could I convey my meaning? A question for you related to this topic. Who is the most empathic person you have ever known?
Okay. So I think this question relates to my personal experience with the people. So I would definitely say the one and only person in my life I have had experience of being empathetic is my mother only. I have seen.
Yeah, you're completely right. I 100% agree with you.
Yeah,
Uh,
because she is the very close person initially in our life that understands our pain the way we feel, right? She feels the way we feel. Yes.
yes, of course. And another question.
Hmm.
Are there some jobs where empathy is a difficult thing to have?
Some kind of jobs where empathy is difficult to have, right?
Yeah, difficult thing to have.
Yeah, of course. There is very one clear job role where I think empathy is a very difficult to have, and even if you have